Rebel Buddha here. Welcome back to the show. Today we have a special guest, supermodel, actress, Baywatch star, Alicia Arden. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Zach and Rebel Buddha, for having me. I'm good. How are you?
Good,
I love
good.
the clothing, I have to tell you.
Thank you.
I love the designs and the patterns and the colors, and I've worked out in his yoga pants, and they're really comfortable.
So Alicia just drove here all the way from Las Vegas just to come onto the show.
Yes.
How was the drive?
It was good. I'm born and raised in Vegas.
Really? You're a Vegas baby, huh?
I am, and it's good, and I like to go, back and forth and live there, and my family's there, and so I had a really good upbringing there in Las Vegas, and I came to LA to be an actress and go to school, and
when did you leave Las
led
Vegas?
to a lot of things. I went to UCLA, and so I left about in 1994, and that's when I did Baywatch.
Okay.
And then it led to school, and I love Las Vegas, but if you're going to be an actress, then you really need to think about, it's good. Everyone asks me, how did you get your SAG card? And I tell them, if you live in a small town, act there, build your credits up, be able to get your Screen Actors Guild after card, and then get it in your small town like Las Vegas, or if you live in Kentucky, Louisiana, Atlanta, Georgia, work there as much as possible, get your SAG card, and then move to LA.
What kind of work can you get in a small town like Kentucky?
Well, it's and believe it or not, there's not a lot of competition. So if you need to get your SAG card, so you need to be able to get one or two lines of dialogue in a film, and they shoot there all the time. They shoot in Atlanta, Kentucky, my hometown, Las Vegas. And why you ask is a good point, Zach, because there's tax credits.
What's that mean?
That means that the film is getting money put into it via the tax credit. So Canada gives 40% tax credits to the film, and you can use that money for your film. But Los Angeles, as we love, does not give tax credits. I think they give one that's like 20%, but most films need 40%. And Kentucky does that, and Canada, and I'm not sure about Las Vegas, but Atlanta, Georgia. So if you are in one of those small towns, go and audition for smaller things. You won't have as much competition as you would here in LA.
Tell us about Baywatch. How did that even happen?
My friend was in the show, and she had a really
Who's your friend?
major role, Gina Nolan. We moved to LA together.
Okay.
And she ended up auditioning I auditioned for the show and got a part, a one-day part of a waitress, and it re-airs all the time, and
I've seen it.
and people don't care. Thank you. And people don't care in Europe, and I get in magazines all the time. They don't care how old I was, what year it was. They just talk about Baywatch. It's so great, and I love it. It's so iconic. You don't even need, to say how old you were or what year was that. No one cares. So I love it. So we moved here, and I got the part on that show, and then she ended up getting a major character called Neely Capshaw on the show. And so we did a lot of stuff together and modeling catalogs, and then she got on The Price is Right, and I ended up getting in Contestants Row, probably because of her, which was really fun. And if you've ever watched The Price is Right, like, you win stuff when you get in Contestants Row, so it's pretty fun.
Did you ever hang out with Pamela Anderson?
I've met her, and she's really nice. Now, no one really had a lot of time to hang out, and probably no one still has a lot of time to hang out.
Yeah.
But she's really nice, and she's a vegetarian, and she doesn't like fur,
Really?
and she helps the animals. Yeah.
She came into Val Surf one time when I worked there.
Oh, I love Val Surf. My nephews love Val Surf. I was always buying them things, and Val Surf is great.
Yeah, that's a long
It's
time
really,
ago.
really good.
When people still went to stores.
Right.
So what about weren't you roommates with Brooke Burke?
I was, yeah.
How do you know her?
We lived together in the late 90s, which is not that long ago. I rented a room from her because we were always going on auditions. I was going to Santa Monica College to transfer to UCLA. So was Gina. I think Brooke was too. But Brooke and I, we just modeled together and met doing catalogs. We were in Swimwear Illustrated magazine.
Swimwear Illustrated. Not Sports Illustrated.
Swimwear Illustrated.
Okay.
No, not Sports Illustrated. For Sports Illustrated, I always was sending my pictures to them.
Yeah.
But for Sports Illustrated, you really need to be a little bit taller. And a lot of people...
Is that what it is? Just tall and skinny?
It's
is
really...
that what they want?
I mean, we're all thin. Brooke and Gina and I, myself, we've always been thin. Gina's taller than all of us, but... Brooke may be 5'6" or 5'7", and I'm 5'5", but for the magazines, and I've come to know...
They want like 6 feet tall?
No, 5'9", 5'10". 6 feet's too tall.
Okay.
They really prefer 5'8", is pushing it.
Even if you're kneeling with your head like...
Right, and I always thought that. I said, I'm going to enter Elite Look of the Year, and I'm going to enter the Wilhelmina Look of the Year, which I did.
Available to win Rebel Buddha Model of the Year Miss 2019.
Oh, is there a contest? I love contests.
But it's between a few people right now.
Oh, really? I didn't even know there was a contest.
Yeah,
well, how do I enter?
Lolo Lightwork, Steph Sin, and Alicia Arden, and Miss Alexandra, and Natasha. So there's a little thing going on right now. We're not really sure who's going to win Miss 2019 Rebel Buddha of the Year.
Okay.
But
I'm just hearing about this now.
So you're eligible,
not been
but
here. I haven't heard about it.
I don't know if you're going to get number one.
Well, I'll enter. I'm just now hearing about it, but it's good you're having the contest.
You might be able to make the calendar.
Oh, I haven't done a calendar in a long time. I would love to.
So maybe you could
love to do that.
What's your birthday?
In May.
So you might be like Miss May.
It
could be
17.
like this May spread.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
So Brooke and I did that. So you don't have to be super tall for those kind of magazines. But when I was entering, we don't have to be tall to enter your contest, right? We don't have to be tall.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Okay, so if you enter Elite Look of the Year, which I did, these are big agencies in New York, and they have contests like you do, Zach. So I entered, and I always enter these contests, which I would get right. And you don't care about height, but I would enter Elite Look of the Year, and I would enter these big contests that Wilhelmina would have, and these are big agencies in New York City. So they don't really, care about anything else but height. They don't care about how you photograph, what you look like. They care about that. But they want you tall first. So I would always become a finalist in those contests, and then I would walk in, and they would say, "Take off your shoes, take off your high heels," and then they start to evaluate your height and measure you without your shoes.
We should have just done more yoga, done a lot of back bends and stuff, and got taller.
And I did. I'm trying to find that issue I'm in. I did gymnastics and yoga my whole life. So, and I love your classes.
Thank you.
I am still continuing to do that, but it doesn't make you taller. It's genetics.
That's all modeling is.
It's genetics. Well, and it's an overall package, but you really need height if you're going to do that. But not, I soon went into doing a lot of swimsuit. I did a lot of lingerie catalog modeling with Brooke.
Really?
And they're all very nice girls.
You've been in Maxim.
Yes, and we were in that, and I think, all these girls that I was working with, I'm in touch with.
Have you been in Playboy too?
I did Playboy, and I was not nude in Playboy. I wanted to be. I tested for it.
You tested?
I tested.
You did a test? Like you got an A?
You have to go in and shoot pictures and test for it. Okay. So I ended up not getting.
You didn't get like Miss June or whatever.
I didn't get that, but I got in Anna Nicole Smith's issue, and I'm in black lingerie. So I'm on the right side of the page, and Cindy Crawford is on the left side. And we're not naked. We're just in beautiful lingerie. So I'm in a black lingerie.
Where are these photos?
It's in Anna Nicole Smith, the biggest Playmate of the Year.
Okay.
You know Anna Nicole Smith, who unfortunately passed away.
Really? But why'd she die?
Well...
From drugs?
Your viewers would know. I mean, maybe Zach is a little young. He doesn't know Anna Nicole Smith.
I know Dorothy Stratton.
No, Anna Nicole Smith. She is.
I know Danny Mathers.
Well, okay. I'm in the Anna Nicole Smith issue, and she's very beautiful. And on the cover, she's no longer with us, unfortunately.
She died from like opium?
Well, you have to look it up. I think she died from. But I'm on the right side of the page, and Cindy Crawford is on the left. It's okay that both of us aren't naked.
I get to hang out with you? Wow.
I don't care that I'm not naked. I'm in the magazine with Cindy Crawford.
That's pretty
and
badass.
who was my favorite model. And Anna Nicole Smith
Cindy
is
Crawford, I
beautiful.
surf her secret. There's a spot in front of her house in Malibu where I surf her secret wave. Yeah, secret
Does
spot.
she
You should
surf?
know about it, but
Does
nah,
she
she don't
surf?
surf. But I see her house all the time from the cliff.
Oh,
Cindy's
Sure.
left secret spot. Don't tell anyone.
beautiful. Don't say anything.
But you don't know where it is, so you won't be able to find it. So don't even try or don't even ask me.
I'm looking up. Well, I have a film. I have a couple projects out now, but I have a film coming out, and it's called Oh Boy. And all these cute little sweet kids that are actors and famous in China came over, and we filmed it in downtown LA. It's called Oh Boy, and I play Amanda.
What's that about?
So it's a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comedy about the kids trying to get into an American fraternity.
Okay.
And Asian kids from China, and they don't really speak English, and they're trying to fit in amongst, regardless of if you're Asian or not and speak English or not, I would think fitting into a fraternity is really hard. So then they try to make friends with the pretty girls, and they end up doing sexy porn movies. Granted, there's no nudity in the film, but eventually
You're in the porno?
It's not a porno.
Oh.
It's not a porno. There's no nudity in the film. They're just doing sexy things in the film.
Were you doing sexy things?
Well, all of us were, but no, there's no nudity in the film. It's a cute comedy.
Okay.
And then eventually they get accepted into the fraternity.
Cool. Tell us about the Epstein shit.
Well, in this podcast, I think all of you should hear.
Well, let's not talk about their podcast. You're on
No,
my podcast.
I'm in the podcast.
So what? Let's talk about our podcast
Oh.
right now.
Okay.
So what happened?
Well, I'm in the Epstein podcast.
So what?
Can
We're
I
on
show
our
it?
podcast.
No, but I ended up in all these magazines.
Okay.
They can listen to yours and mine,
But
but I don't do. I was just one of the girls that was
so
asked.
what happened? You're the first person to come forward to the police.
So yeah, so it's all in the podcast.
Why don't you talk about it here?
I can, but I didn't want to be contacted, but I evidently am the first girl and the only girl that went to file a police report.
When did you do that?
On this person in 1997.
1997. You did that long ago.
Because
And it took them 25 years, 22 years for you to contact you?
I mean, yeah, evidently the police didn't do anything about it when I felt I should have filed a police report on this person.
Okay.
And they just kind of sat on it, and nothing ever happened to him. So eventually in 2008, which all of it is public information now,
Yeah.
he got in trouble in Florida, but was arrested, but only served 18 months in
For
jail.
what? What'd he do?
But he is a registered sex offender now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not alive anymore.
You think he killed
Not
himself,
alive.
or do you think he got murdered in jail?
I don't know. It's all speculation. So
What do you think?
I'm not really sure.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Come on, what do you think?
I'm not really allowed to.
Who cares? No one's gonna see this.
I don't know him. I can't really
I think he got murdered.
speculate about it. I'm sure people think that and speculate about that, but if you're facing 40 years in jail, he could have been murdered or hung himself but
That's a long time.
but he only was serving house arrest.
So did he hook up with you?
Well, he was telling me that he worked for Victoria's Secrets.
Did he?
So, no.
No.
He knew the person that owned the company.
Okay.
So he knew the person, and so he might have, been able to have
A connection.
right, which was what I thought.
Yeah.
But nothing ever came from him telling me that he worked
So what happened
for
that
Victoria's
day?
Secrets. So I got a phone call from his secretary telling me he's coming to Santa Monica, and that what time would you like to meet him? But he'd already seen my pictures because I Federal Expressed him to his apartment in New York because I was asked to do that. So I thought, okay, this is really a good hookup. It's not even an audition. It's a hookup where I'll just get in Victoria's Secrets because he's coming here. He's already seen my
That's
pictures.
like the ultimate, right? Victoria's
Yeah.
Secret, Sports Illustrated, Playboy.
I think
At the time?
Playboy's good, but for working actresses and models who really work as a model and have done a lot of print work, they really want Victoria's Secrets and Sports
That's number
Illustrated.
one. That's better than Playboy.
Yeah.
You think being a Victoria's Secret model is better than being Playboy
Well, I don't think
Playboy
it's-
of the year?
I don't think it's better. I think they're both great. They're both great. It just depends on what the model is wanting in her career.
Right.
Maybe.
Don't you think any model would want to be in Playboy and be Playmate of the year?
Of course they would, but I never. It could conflict with the career because
You think so?
it does. Because Kathy Ireland, one of my favorite models and Sports Illustrated cover,
Okay.
does not want to be in Playboy.
Really?
Maybe she does, but she never was.
Okay.
And she never was on the
Because you
cover.
have to like bow down to Hugh Hefner and shit.
No, it's just that I think Sports Illustrated, if you're going to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, I don't think you need any other magazine.
You don't want them all. You like conquer them all.
No, it doesn't matter if it's Playboy or not.
No, that was a
Just-
time and a place. I think that's kind of over, right? That's like dead now, kind of, because it's gone. Does it still exist?
Playboy?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Hugh Hefner was a sweet man and great, and I met him.
Uh-huh.
He's passed away.
What was that like meeting
So-
Hugh Hefner?
I mean, he was a great net guy.
What was it like?
Just
You went to
really
the
nice.
mansion?
I went to the mansion a couple times.
Really? Tell me about that.
And I met
I
President.
want to hear about that.
I met President Trump there
Really?
in 2008.
What the hell?
He was very nice and respectful, and I was in lingerie.
He didn't grab you by the pussy?
No, not at all. He was very talking to everyone and told me that I looked good. He told me I looked good in what I
Really?
was wearing. But he was very respectful.
Really?
And nobody knew in 2008 that he would become president. And so,
So he was just at the mansion chilling.
of course, and all of them were. I met a lot of, celebrities. But if you did anything bad, you'd be asked to leave.
Really?
And you'd
Like
be
what?
kicked out.
Like you got kicked out of the mansion?
I didn't get, no.
What were the girls getting kicked out for?
Nobody was getting kicked out.
Oh.
Nobody was. If you did something bad, you weren't allowed to take pictures, which is why I don't have a picture.
You were never allowed to take pictures in the mansion.
Inside.
Really?
No.
Oh.
No. That's why I don't have a picture of President Trump and I, because you're not allowed. I never did anything bad. No one ever wanted to do anything bad because everyone wanted to be there.
Right.
It was great food and great people.
And you're just running around in your underwear the whole time.
I mean, some girls were naked with just body paint.
Wow.
But it's beautiful. You can't tell they're naked. It takes hours and hours, professional body painters. And it was beautiful.
And it just seems just like a Jay-Z Big Pimpin' music video.
I mean, I don't watch Jay-Z, so I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I don't watch him.
This just sounds
But-
like a music video, pretty much.
It's a lot of music, and everyone was very respectful. And, like I said, if you did anything bad, security would ask you to leave. And Halloween was amazing, and dressing up, and they spend a fortune.
How many times did you go there?
Oh, quite a few.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, quite a few. Everyone wanted to be there.
Did you ever hook up with Hugh Hefner?
No,
Never?
No, I
Did you give
didn't.
him a hug?
Yeah.
Did you sit on his lap?
No, I mean he was with his girls. He was with
You
his.
were one of his girls.
No, he had 4 or 5 girl. I'm sure your viewers would know that
I don't
and
know
see.
that much.
He had 4 or 5, 6 girlfriends at one time.
And they were all okay with that?
Well, they were, but I wouldn't be. But I mean,
But
they
wasn't
were.
he just like an old guy then?
Well, he was, and
think
and
he
the
could even
girls.
get a
I think
boner
he was
anymore?
supporting them, and
Okay.
and that's okay. But
But didn't you think he like supported like hundreds of girls over the years?
maybe, but I don't know his background.
Like in Star 80, they're like, oh Dorothy, you want to just live here now?
I
They're like,
did.
oh, she's like, okay. Do you want $10,000 to be Miss June? Okay.
I did a film with Eric Roberts.
Oh yeah,
Speaking-
Eric Roberts was just on the show last
Yes,
week.
and speaking-
Julie Roberts' brother.
Yes, and speaking of the Star 80, I was trying to find a picture, but I'm in his film. Eric Roberts, I was trying to find a picture, is very nice to work with.
He's a nice guy. He's a great
Yeah.
actor.
Really good actor and really, really good to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So he was great. He's good.
So What did Epstein?
Well,
what happened that day you met
since
Epstein
I'm
in the
the
room?
only, I
What
met.
happened?
Well, I met him because I was trying to get in Victoria's Secrets,
Right.
and so when he was looking, I was in there, and he was kind of far apart because this was at Shutters, and they're all suites. It's a 5-star fancy hotel. So he was looking at my pictures and wanting to see more of me up close, and then he wanted me to come closer to him.
Were you
So I
feeling
wasn't
comfortable?
really happy about that.
You weren't.
No,
You were like 20 years old?
6,
26.
almost 27.
Okay.
And so then he began touching me and wanting to see more of me, and that's not really what goes on in any kind of audition or casting.
It was like a casting couch, like a porno.
Not a porno, but just a casting type thing.
Right.
And nobody wants that, so and then he was taking off my top and my.
And you let him do it?
No, I didn't want him to do that, so I did not let that happen. And my skirt and my top, so I wanted to leave the room. So I left the room.
Really?
And then he followed me out to valet parking.
Really? He followed you out?
To valet parking at the hotel.
And what, he's like, come back?
Yeah. No, he didn't say anything. I was just ready to leave.
You're like, wait, are you free?
Ready to go. Yeah, I didn't want to be in the room.
Freak.
Well, when we were still in the room, I was very upset
Yeah.
that he began touching me, and I started to cry.
And you never even met him before?
No.
He just saw your pictures and he thought he could hook up with you?
Well, one of my friends met him at the Beverly Hills Hotel because she was in finance. So she originally met him. And then he said to her, you could be in Victoria's Secrets. And she said, no, she wasn't a model, but my friend Alicia is. Mm-hmm. And you should meet her. So then he said, okay, great. Have her call me, which was me. And then he told her, any other friends that want to be in Victoria's Secrets, have them call me.
It's that easy, huh?
Well,
he's a big fat liar.
When you're not, just doing
what a manipulator,
what you say. And then if people have been following the story, which is all over the internet, he was pursuing underage girls that were in high school.
Gross.
And was arrested for that in 2008. So I'm not gossiping because it's all over the internet. You can see about it, but I mean, unfortunately, he's not alive anymore. I think that he should be to serve out his time, and he's a bit of a coward, and the girls and I could get justice. So it's unfortunate that he's no longer with us, because then
you'd rather have him suffer in jail?
I'm sure of course, and so with the girls, yeah.
For sure. So you were also
but everyone can listen to the podcast if they want to hear me.
We'll let them listen to the podcast.
And it'll be on Reels TV. I'm coming on a show about it in December. But the reason that people have been contacting me about it, and it's unfortunate too, Zach, is
You mean Rebel Buddha?
I'm the only... Yes, Zach. Yes, Rebel Buddha. I'm the only one. I felt I needed to file a police report, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to the police station after I left the hotel, right? And I went to the Santa Monica Police Department, and I don't feel that the police are taking me seriously.
That's stupid.
They were saying...
that was before the Me Too movement.
I didn't even hear about the Me Too movement then. So then it
didn't happen until like last year.
Yeah, so then when I was filing for the police report, I was being discouraged by the police officers. They were telling me that I was attractive and maybe men are intimidated by me, and I went up there willingly, and I was in there for 2 hours. I really wanted a female, and then the police officer was not taking me seriously about it.
They should get in trouble too.
You would think so, but I don't think that they can.
What a different time. That's a different time though. That's in the 90s.
Well, he asked me if I wanted to think about it, and I said, well, why can't I just file it now because I'm here?
Yeah.
But he asked me to think about it. So then I did, and I went back in a week and filed it. I thought about it. He was discouraging me not to do it.
That's so weird.
And so then I went back and I filed it. And I'm happy that I did. And other people have told me that have been contacting me. They were happy that I did because the other girls, I don't know what their situation was. And they were a lot younger than me and scared,
and
right?
And wanted working for the career.
And I don't know if any of them had careers. These some were in high school, so they were like manipulated by him and other people, which is very unfortunate, and it's just not right to do that. So they're under different circumstances than myself. I felt I needed to do it, so I thought about it. And I was working at the time as a hostess at Spago in Beverly Hills. So then I left and I said, I think I should file a police report on this person. It's just not right. And I went back in a week and did it.
And now Exclusive just did a limited thing on you. Limited, or that TV show you sent me.
I was on Inside Edition.
Yeah, Inside Edition.
I was on Inside Edition. Right. Talking about the police. But I had no idea, I want to tell you and your viewers, I did not know that if you file a police report, you'll be contacted. It's public information. Did you know that?
Oh, crazy.
So it's public information, and people contact me about it, and some news and TV organizations but I didn't know that. I didn't know if you file a report, people can contact you about that 10, 15 years later.
Wow.
And ask you, and it's worked out to be a positive thing for me because no one else really filed it. I seem to be the only one. And that's really rare.
So let's move into a lighter subject.
Okay, hon.
How was it working on General Hospital and stuff like that?
I actually, I do love Tom Cruise. I'm from Vegas, born and raised, right? And so I was a stand-in and photo double for the actress Valeria Golino that played his love interest in Rain Man.
Really?
Yes, in Las Vegas. So it's great, and I mean I can't get enough of watching that, even in the reruns and him.
So what's in the future for you?
Well, I have the film coming out.
Okay.
Called Oh Boy, where I play Amanda, and then I have I didn't expect to make a career out of being in the podcast, and I'll be on Reels TV. I think I'm coming on a couple other shows. I'm filming some now, but I can't really say.
So being molested by Epstein in 1997 made your career in 2019.
I stopped from, I wasn't raped, but I said
molested.
Manhandled, as he was saying, and I didn't like that. So I didn't know that would have it's become a positive aspect.
It seems like you don't even care that much.
All these years later.
This seems like you don't have any trauma.
I did then. It's been kind of traumatic always talking about it all these years later. It's worked out to be a positive thing.
Wow.
in the respect, like if someone's bothering you and the females are, or the males are afraid to file a police report, then they should go and do it. So it's worked out to be a positive thing. If people don't want to file a police report and someone legitimately, you don't like what they did, then you should do it. So if I can help someone do that, then it's worked out to be a positive thing.
I like it. Anything else you want to share with our viewers or our audience tonight?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram. Send me a positive message. Actress Alicia Arden.
You actually respond to people's messages?
I do. I love getting emails and messages. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I do. Actress Alicia Arden.
All right. Well, thank you so much
Thanks
for sharing
for having me on Rebel Buddha.
Yeah. The Rebel Buddha Show. Give me a hug.
And I love the clothing and everything. I love the clothing. It's very comfortable in the yoga class.
New catalog. Maybe you'll be Miss Rebel Buddha 2019.
Oh, maybe.
Sure
I have a lot of competition.
There's a lot of competition. Check out Actress Alicia Arden. Namaste.